Is here, and so is the final day of January. How's this weekend and the first week of February looking? Well, we're going to tell you in this Friday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good morning, good morning, good morning, galore. It is Friday, the 31st of January, 2024. Nope, 2025, but it made a cool rhyme, didn't it? We are looking at a pretty dry forecast as we go into the first several days of February and around out 2025. In terms of the potential of precipitation, we really do have to look pretty far in advance to see what is going to actually happen. In terms of fire danger the next few days, this may be one of our more significant issues. We're looking at high fire danger across western portions of the state today: Panhandle, West Texas, the Big Country, the Permian Basin, the Concho Valley, the borderland far west Texas, the Davis Guadalupe Mountains, down into the Rio Grande Plains. While tomorrow, very high to extreme fire danger possible. West Texas, the Big Country, Northwest Texas, coming off the Cap Rock and the southeastern panhandle of Texas. And then on Sunday, that highest risk shifts down into the Big Bend in the Davis Mountains with high fire danger to very high fire danger. The Big Country, the Hill Country, the Concho Valley. Even though we had areas of precipitation the last few weeks across the state, it does not take long for things to dry out and become more combustible during the winter months when most vegetation is dormant. And that's what we're going to see over the next several days and this weekend as spring weather arrives into the state with above average temperatures, lower humidity, and some wind. Let's take a look at the high res rapid refresh model going into today, tonight, and Saturday. You can see severe clear across the state today. Northwesterly winds gradually backing and becoming more southerly as we go into Saturday. Fog expected Saturday morning. Southeastern North Texas, the Brazos Valley, eastern central Texas, southeast Texas. Could be some modest impacts to the Houston Terminal Airport region due to dense fog. Otherwise, as you can see, not a thing's going to be dropping out of the sky precipitation-wise over the next couple of days. In fact, going into the long-range American weather model, we're hard-pressed to find much going on into next week. Most of the upcoming week, at least. As you can see, this weekend, it's going to be beautiful. Severe clear, southerly winds return, leading to spring-like weather. It's probably going to be the most beautiful weekend of the year so far. And, well, that'll be quite nice, won't it? In terms of early next week, maybe some very light shower activity and an uptick in cloud cover. Southeast Texas, the upper Texas Gulf Coast, into East Texas. We will see a storm system try to move in Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. You can see this model trying to bring some very light rain, some sprinkles, but we're going to have a lot of dry air in the low levels, which may just lead to that all evaporating before it reaches the surface, but at least an uptick in cloud cover as we go into Tuesday of next week. That will continue into Wednesday. You can see some winter mischief well north of the state of Texas, but otherwise, really not much going on. In terms of appreciable precipitation, the only folks who have at least a low chance of receiving over 1/10 of an inch of rain may be far northeast Texas, and that may not be until late next week. So an extended period of dry weather with above average temperatures expected across the state. Today's high temperatures for Texas, you can see high 60s and 70s, mostly with 50s out in the Guadalupe Mountains, Trans-Pecos, well, not even the Trans-Pecos, honestly, the borderland west of the mountains into El Paso. Warmest spot, well, that's going to be down in McAllen, 82 degrees this afternoon. Tomorrow, we really warm up, 60s and 70s statewide, 70s way up into the Red River region, the Big Country, the Concho Valley, the Hill Country, the Permian Basin, South Texas, even Southeast Texas. It's going to be a beautiful Saturday. Sunday, crank it up another few degrees, 80s. North Texas, the Big Country, the Concho Valley, the Hill Country, down into the Permian Basin, the Big Bend, the Rio Grande Plains, the Rio Grande Valley. We may even have 80s out in West Texas. Otherwise, expect high temperatures in the 70s, upper 60s in the northern panhandle. Monday, even warmer, 80s for pretty much the western 75% of Texas as we get into Monday afternoon. Otherwise, highs in the 70s. We could see low 90s in the Rio Grande Plains, the warmer spots in the southern Big Bend and in parts of the Rio Grande Plains. Right now, we're forecasting 87 to 89, but it will probably crank out a 90 to 91, maybe even 92 in Rio Grande City. Otherwise, 80s DFW, Waco, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, San Angelo, Abilene, the Permian Basin, Sanderson, 77 in El Paso. And then as we get into Tuesday, we do see a modest drop in temperatures. I say modest because really it just takes us out of the 80s for the northern half of the state and puts us back in the upper 60s to upper 70s for the first couple days of February. Oh no, the horror. It's not 10 degrees, be happy. So highs still in the 80s down into Big Bend, the Trans-Pecos, Rio Grande Plains, the Hill Country, Southeast Texas, the Coastal Plains, down to the Rio Grande Valley. So, and pretty much mostly dry weather. Maybe some chance for sprinkles Tuesday and Wednesday with an increase in upper level cloud cover. The Climate Prediction Center temperature outlook going through the 6 to 10 day time frame, that's February 6th through 9th, above average temperatures likely to continue, though we do note the Pacific Northwest does become quite chilly. We're going to probably pay for this nice warm weather at some point. We'll probably be doing the good old flipperoozy at some point. So make no mistake, winter's not done. We're just enjoying a nice reprieve. It's February. We typically get something rather obnoxious in February. It's just not going to be the first week this year. Precipitation outlook you could see, as for all intent and purposes, western half of the state looking drier, and maybe a slight chance that it's not completely dry, northeast Texas. But we'll see. It's not looking promising right now for the next 5 to 7 days, which, I mean, we had a pretty active January, so I guess it's nice we get to enjoy some nicer weather for a couple of days, especially this weekend. But it is Friday, which means it is time to give a shout out to our Spinny Doomer members here on the Texas Weather Center. We really do appreciate you. Anthony R. Pelosi, thank you kindly. Ryan Tucker, thank you. R/Tornado Chats, thank you. Love, Live, Laugh, thank you kindly. Paranoid Photo, Paranoid Pocho Photo, boy. You know, it really does feel like the 50th day of January. Paranoid Pocho, thank you kindly. Tomas Kamashio, thank you very much. Jen Kim, thank you for being a Spinny Doomer. Justin S., thank you. Tanya McGee, thank you kindly. J.A., thank you. S00 Patique, thank you. And Samantha Dolson, thank you, everybody, for being Spinny Doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. We really do appreciate it. We appreciate everyone who has helped make the channel what it is. We've experienced exceptional growth over the last, month, but even since we started the Texas Weather Center back in late 2023, I think it was 2023, maybe it was 22. Either way, we've experienced growth, and we really do appreciate everybody who has joined us here on the Texas Weather Center. As always, you can get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, and more here in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps for your device. Yeah, I was actually making sure I wasn't missing any names, I'll be honest. That's what we do here. Otherwise, you can also, of course, find our daily Texas weather content here on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to get notified when we publish new videos. Meteorologist Jason Cooley will have a video or two out this weekend with his own super-duper fancy effects and musical talents. And I'll be back here bright and early Monday morning with your next Texas Weather Roundup. As always, we do really appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again over the weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. As always, God bless.